Hello everyone, it's Dale here with a new video where I'll show you the best volume profile levels to trade this week. Today we are going to cover the NQ, ES, the British pound and also the Australian dollar, US dollar. So let's get to it. What you see before you, this is the NinjaTrader 8 platform with my custom-made volume profile and view up indicators, and this is a 30-minute chart of the NQ. So on the NQ there's a resistance which I want to show you, and that resistance is here at 25,800. Now this is based on a strong sell-off that took place on Friday. Now it's not just about the sell-off, it's also about the volumes, and let me show you. If I show you how the volumes were distributed throughout the whole day, throughout the whole Friday, then it was like this. And as you can see, before this sell-off, there was this significant volume cluster formed here in this area. That means that sellers were building up their short positions here, and then they manipulated the price to shoot downwards. And this area is now important for those sellers here, and they'll want to defend it in the future. So if there's a pullback to it, it's likely that there'll be a reaction there. All right. Now, as you probably know, the NQ and the ES are heavily correlated, so it's quite common then that we have the same levels on the NQ and also at the ES. So let me show you this same thing the same day on the ES and how it looked. All right. So again, on the ES, we have this strong sell-off right here. And let me show you how the daily profile looked on the ES. As you can see in here, the volume cluster doesn't stand out as much as on the NQ. So the level is not as strong, at least as far as volumes are concerned. If you look at price action, it's also not as good, because if you notice all those highs, they are very close to each other, right? If I draw lines here like this, then you can see they're very close to each other. And above all those highs, it's very likely that there's some liquidity sitting here. And what markets like to do is they like to test that liquidity. So if the price comes close to this volume cluster, there's a risk that they'll want to just shoot past that and take out that liquidity above those highs. All right, so that's why I don't have a short level from this heavy volume cluster here on the ES, because it simply doesn't look as good as the same thing here on the NQ. All right, on the NQ it simply looks better. So I'm only going to trade this on the NQ. All right. Let's take a look at another trading idea, and the next one will be on the British pound. So this is a 30-minute chart of the British pound US dollar, and in here we have a resistance, this one, which formed on Thursday, and that resistance is at 1.3417. Now this resistance is based on a volume profile setup which is called the rejection setup. First, you need to see a rejection like this. This is a strong rejection of higher prices. That means that the price went aggressively up, then turned and went aggressively downwards. That's the first step. Second step is there needs to be a significant volume cluster here within that rejection. This is the volume cluster, right? This is a place where sellers started to sell aggressively. They jumped in, and eventually they turned this buying activity into this sell, right? So this heavy volume zone is an important place. And as you can see, I'm trading from the beginning of it, right? So this is the beginning of that heavy volume cluster. That's where my short level is. As you can see, there are also a couple of fair value gaps here that I highlighted in red. They also add strength to that level because they show us the strength of the sellers here, right? Fair value gaps, I consider those when they are stacked like this, 1, 2, 3, I consider them as one big fair value gap, right? And I like to trade from the beginning of that, which is in here. So yeah, that's for the short level on the British pound, and let me now show you what I have on the Australian dollar, US dollar. So in here we have a setup which I call the volume accumulation setup. For this setup, you first need to see a rotation. In here there was a huge and very long rotation, and from that rotation there needs to be a strong either sell-off or strong buying activity. In this area we have a strong sell-off, right? Especially this candle. So first you need to see this kind of formation. Then you also need to see that there are heavy volumes formed in the rotation. And usually there are heavy volumes in the rotation, because in the rotation big trading institutions usually place their orders. So we have that rotation with heavy volumes followed by this strong sell-off. What you do is you wait for pullback when the price reaches the beginning of that heavy volume zone, or in this case it nicely corresponds with the beginning of this huge fair value gap, which is kind of cool. So you trade from the beginning of the fair value gap or from the beginning of that heavy volume zone, like in here. All right, so now we just need to wait for the pullback and take a short from this place. Right, now if you guys are interested in learning more about volume profile trading or getting your hands on my custom-made indicators, then you want to head over to my website. It is here, traderdale.com, and if you click trading course and tools, then it will take you to our page. Currently we are running a Christmas sale, which means you can get a discount on my best indicators and my best educational packs. Just scroll down a bit. In here you can get the packs separately: the volume profile pack, order flow pack, VWAP pack, smart money pack. And if you want the biggest discount, then scroll to the bottom of the page where you can get all the 4 packs together in one huge bundle for a discounted price. Now, before I wrap the video up, I'd like to announce a winner of a contest we had last time. The prize of the contest were my custom-made volume profile and VWAP indicators for TradingView platform, and right now on your screen you see the name of the person who won in the contest. So congratulations to the winner, and what I'll do next is I'll do another contest for the next week. The only thing that you need to do to participate in this contest is leave a comment below this video, which I'll publish on YouTube, and next week I'll randomly pick one person to win this set of custom-made indicators. So that's about that. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next time, and until then, happy trading!